Well, hey there, welcome back to the channel. As you might imagine, I've got something different for you today. And no, it's not this motherfucking Ford Ranger.
I know this truck, I ain't no stranger. I know that truck, that's a Ford Ranger.
Although, you will get a few glimpses of it throughout the video. No, friend of mine with a pretty fast car is worried about getting beat by Meemaw. So we're gonna do a little bit of work to that, and I'm gonna get to painting. So we'll see you in just a few minutes. We got a new kid on the block. 2015 Mustang GT Premium. A good friend of mine owns this car, and he's real worried about Meemaw smoking it. So we're starting some upgrades, and the first thing we're doing is this. So we're putting some Bmr Drag Springs on this car to hopefully get a bite from a dig. So you can see how much thicker these springs are. These coils will have, should be a lot stiffer, and it's going to give the car a really cool stance. So we'll show you that when we're done. So stick around. This is going to be a short video, but you know, might be interesting. We'll find out together. Oh, this paint gun? Yeah, this Eastwood P500. I did fit it up with the 3M PPS cup system here. I like that a lot more than the cup that comes with these guns. Seems to lay down a pretty good coat. We'll find out here in a minute. For now, let's get back to that Mustang. So I could not believe how involved putting these springs in was. I thought we could just drop the lower control arm, pop the spring out like we did with Meemaw, but we had to drop the entire independent rear suspension. We got it on a transmission jack, but the new springs are in. Can you see it? You can't see that. How about there? There, you can see that. New springs are in. We reused the isolators on the top and the bottom from the original springs. See, this car is just a few years old, so everything is still in really good shape. I guess in theory you could do this on the ground, but my God, it would be awful. We're gonna run these bolts back up from the subframe into the body here, and then move on to the front. Also, if you want a more detailed video on how to install these springs, I will link the video from Bmr in the description. You know, my channel is not meant to be a step-by-step, this is exactly how you do things. You're just along for the ride. I'll put that in the description, and you can check that out if it's something you're interested in. Front springs going in. I'll show you a little bit more of the install on this one because I don't want to get a bunch of dislikes. Here's the new Bmr spring for the front. As you can see, it's a little bit shorter than the factory spring. Take your strut out. You got these two bolts. You got your ABS sensor that clips in where here and there. Pull that out, and then 3 bolts on top. This whole assembly comes out. No big deal. And then get your death machines and compress this spring until your butthole puckers. 21mm nut on top. And then you're not supposed to use an impact on these spring compressors, so that's what we're gonna do. And now, new spring goes on so that the lettering's up. You can read it, Bmr. So now I just have to figure out how to set these compressors up. So once you've got your death machine oriented the way you like it, I had to go upside down. We got the top of the strut put back on. This nut here, this 21mm, is started back by hand. I'm going to hit that with the impact, and then we should be able to take the compressors off, and then this whole assembly can go back in the car. So I'm going to quit talking and start working. as the Germans would say, guten tight. All right, I'm gonna disassemble this death machine, and we'll put the strut assembly back on the car. All right, we're put together. I survived. I still have all my teeth, and we're just gonna pop this guy back in the way we took it out. Put these 315 mils back on. Now, as far as torque goes, all of it. There's that. Here's that ABS sensor I mentioned earlier. Snap that back in there and there. Line this guy up. I guess I didn't show the disassembly, but these bolts for the bottom of the strut into the knuckle, they got a knurl on them. So just get it started. And then the other one, I'm just going to use a screwdriver and shove it through the hole on the back side to help line it up. So those are through. And these big old nuts, that's what she said, 24 millimeter. Hold the knuckle onto the strut. And then just give it all the ugga-duggas and watch this nut pull itself in. If you heard the impact change tones, we were bottomed out. So we'll do it again here. Watch this nut just pull itself right on in. That's it. Sway bar link, poke it through. Get your nut started. This is an 18 mil, but you can't turn it with a wrench because it'll spin inside the little ball joint built in. So this is an 8 millimeter end. So I'm just going to use this here impact driver. Hold your nut still. Boom, done. So now you put the rotor back on. And then this gigantic, I mean, it's the biggest friggin' caliper I've ever seen. It's absurd. It's time for a wheel. All right, we'll tighten these down. We're gonna go for a test drive. Handles like a brand new car. So, it's not real bouncy like you would expect from performance springs. It legitimately just handles like a Mustang should. But the good part is, when you want to go fast, she goes fast. Oh my heavens. Well, putting that on by myself really kind of sucked. So that's going to do it for this one. Appreciate you watching. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you did not, feel free to go leave me a comment. Let me know what you're thinking about the content. I know we've got big plans for that Mustang. We'll be putting a supercharger on that here soon. Sway bar, some other suspension stuff. Of course, Meemaw is almost done, which is very exciting. I got some more Big Red content coming up as well. So stick around. Make sure you like, subscribe, ring the bell. You don't want to miss what's coming up. But most importantly, don't be a jerk.